Ms. Thelma Scott.
Yes.
Go right ahead.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Nicola Davis, and I live at 311 Cosmos Street, 2 blocks from the debacle that is White Oak Music Hall. I'm back here today to remind you that this ill-conceived, ill-sighted business, the one that says it cares about the neighbourhood that it bought its way into, the one this city stuck its neck out for with respect to planning, and the one that doesn't have the consent of its nearest neighbours, fails. It fails in every way I can think of. White Oak Music Hall has continued to spew noise, including low-frequency bass, that invades our homes during periods of the day when we want nothing more but to wind down in peace. This music has continued to infiltrate my home and my daughter's bedroom with no regard for the day of the week, no regard for the curfew, and no regard to the city noise ordinance restrictions. Citations continue to be raised and unenforced. Unbelievably, as you've just heard, White Oak Music Hall this week showed their true colours. At a time when this business should be showing what a considerate neighbour they are, these charlatans put on the loudest concert we have endured yet. And to make matters worse, not only was the music loud, but we were also subjected to a constant barrage of FUs and racist language. If White Oak Music Hall wanted to send the neighbourhood a clear message as to their intentions for this venue, their last week's obnoxious concert sent that message loud and clear. They have no respect for the community, and their misplaced sense of importance does not give them the right to do whatever they want. Who, in their right minds, while operating under a temporary injunction, does this to their community? My frustration with White Oak Music Hall is surpassed only by my disappointment with some members of this council. You, the mayor, and our representative, Carlos Cisneros. You've shown no leadership. You're hiding behind legacy council members' decisions, and that is shameful. Hiding behind outdated planning regulations is negligent. Suggesting that White Oak Music Hall is here now and we must put up and shut up is factually incorrect. Despite the strings this council pulled, there is still no permanent stage. And most of all, this city's refusal to partake in mediation to resolve this matter is truly unbelievable. Leadership requires you to listen to all parties and lead to find resolutions. I have researched how other city councils have handled situations like this. It's illuminating, and you should do it. Instead, you choose to put your head in the sand to block out the music instead of facing the issues. You're complicit, shame on you.
Your time has expired. Thank you.
Councilman Stoddard.
Thank you. Thank y'all for coming down, ma'am. Here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Thank y'all for coming down and highlighting the fact that what y'all are having to endure. Mayor, I have a question. It's my own ignorance. Can you help me understand exactly what it is why we wouldn't be able to shut them down with this kind of language and the violations of the sound ordinance? At some point, where do we stop the madness, and where do we just make it right?
Right now, it's in the court of law, Councilman Stoddard.
Sorry?
It's in the court of law, and so it is in court.
So the enforcement between now and the time of the ruling, we don't have any jurisdiction?
As one of the speakers indicated, a citation was issued the other night for noise, so a citation was issued.
How much was it for?
I don't know, Councilman.
It was for violation of the noise of the requirements of the noise ordinance, violation of bass, and I believe.
Well, regardless of when we voted on this or didn't vote on this or whatever the case may be, something has got to stop. This is obscene, and I think that it's unacceptable that it continues in a venue that would be the public would be exposed to it without choice, regardless of whether it's residents or anyone passing by. This is unacceptable. So, do we have
Just bear in mind that we are a party in the lawsuit, Councilman Stoddard. Councilman Kubash.
Mayor, I'd like to ask the city attorney a question, if it's all right.
Certainly.
Mr. Zamora, I know you've been a prosecutor in the city municipal courts for many, many years. Is music that's played with vulgarity, like what we just saw, is this a criminal offense, whether or not it's Class C or B? Is it considered harassing communication or something of that nature?
In terms of a criminal offense, not one that I can think of. It's not harassment. You might certainly, if it goes above, if they're violating noise levels, certainly.
Is it because it's being sung? If I hollered this at a lady walking down the street and I started hollering these words at her, would that be considered a criminal offense?
So the facts of every case are different. I can't speak specifically. You do, perhaps, and I wasn't there, so I can't speak to the facts of this case, but, if you were attempting, in some instances using that kind of language, it doesn't have to be the language, you could be instances where you're disturbing the peace, but that's, again, I can't speak without being there, and there are just other factors to take into consideration.
Well, I know
so I can't say specifically.
I know you've had many cases with harassing communication. I know it's a common thing, so I was just trying to see if that in itself is a violation of a criminal statute.
Not in and of itself, no.
There's no reason to contact the district attorney or anything.
I can't think of anything that would rise to the level of a charge that would be under their jurisdiction. That is correct.
Is it because it's a song, you think, maybe? Is it protected by First Amendment right?
I don't know why there's no crime. I just can't think of one.
Okay.
Yeah, I just can't think of
Well,
one.
if you can think of one, let me know, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Thelma Scott. Now, she's under the 1 minute along, will be followed by Mr. Carl Ducina for 1